Hello, hello. We'll wait for hello, hello. Let's wait a bit for people to join in. And then that's it. If people have some questions, I would love to answer them. For now, I can start maybe by telling you guys a bit about the campaign and to say a big thank you to everybody who has been so supportive lately, and to say a big huge thank you to all the team and all the people, amazing people working with us. It's really not easy. It's a big effort. It's a big team effort, and without the people, and without you, and without the people on our team, it would have been really hard to do. I can share with you that when we started the company a few years ago, it was basically a much smaller team. It was most of the time myself and the co-founders of the company, and we had to do everything by ourselves. So the results were different from what they are now, and we can see the amazing work that people do around us. And I can just mention a few names. If it's Leslie Ann, who is amazing, and she's responsible for so many things that are happening in the background. Chris and Olivier and Vincent and Daniel and Sander and wow, and the guys that help us with the video. And yeah, a big thank you to everybody that is a part of it. This is really exciting, and we couldn't be happier. So yeah, I say that we already have some people. We have 9 people. Say hi and tell me who are you and where are you from, and I would love to answer some questions that are coming. So let's see who's with us here. You can post the questions in the comments, and yeah, and I'm more than happy to answer them. I hope that everybody is keeping safe, and everybody's families are safe as well. It's not an easy period, and if we already speak about the team, so the whole effort became to be even harder during this period when from working in an office. Hi Daniel from Mexico. Yeah, we have a really nice community in Mexico. I've been once. I'll tell you a story in a second, because I'll say it now in a second. But I flew once all the way to Mexico for a talk. I was there less than 24 hours, and then did all the way back to London with I think 1 stop or even 2 stops. So basically I was like 48 hours on planes for being in Mexico, about 20 hours. But it's been really nice, and yeah, looking forward to meeting you in person next time I'm in Mexico for longer, I hope. Anyway, it's been really hard when if I did do some similar or not project in the past. Okay, so in the past, that's a good question, because I was people always ask me, how the hell did you get into this whole crazy cyborg stuff? And then usually my answer is that my previous work was way crazier, and now it's my normal job. So in the past, I was the COO of what is today the edgiest human rights organization existing out there, named Videre Scredere, and what I was responsible for is to identify, train, and equip undercover networks of people that are documenting human rights violations from places that no one else has access to. So places where there is no media, places where there is no social media, there is no Twitter, and people have basically no idea what is happening there. Dictatorships, trafficking, and the worst type of situations that people could be in. So I worked undercover for 5 years. I can post you guys in the comments an article about it. I hope that doesn't cut the live stream, does it? I'll post it in a second. But basically, that was a very intense experience, and the connection to it with CyborgNest, that was because we used hidden technology and hidden cameras that we were building for the need or for the specific environment where those people were working in. A lot of time those technologies that we were using were connected to the human body in different ways, because that's how they were filming. So yeah, that was my first real connection between technology and people. So it was an amazing journey, very dangerous journey. Yeah, so many people up until we started CyborgNest knew me by many names around the world, that none of them unfortunately was my name. I didn't have a Facebook profile, I didn't have a Twitter, I didn't have anything, I didn't exist. But I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to get to know you all. Hi Jan, thank you for the question. What's the story behind Sentero? How did you get inspired? How the idea evolved? Hi Broads. So the Sentero is a second version or a second generation to our first sense, the NorthSense, which I had for 2 years. And as you guys hear me saying all the time, the whole idea behind CyborgNest is that one day there was a coin that dropped when we understood that basically everything that we ever created, thought, or felt started from a sensory input. And in that moment, when you understand that, then you say, holy moly, so basically if we could have more senses, we can start thinking, creating, and feeling from places that we never did before. So we thought then, okay, that's awesome, and it will obviously have huge impact on the world, but what is a sense that is needed, and what is something that will be actually useful for people and is also doable technologically? So we had a long idea, a long list of things, and we cut it short, and it was pretty easy to decide on the NorthSense that basically when you think about it, the world that we at least used to live in up until 3-4 months ago was a world where we move all the time, where proximity, location, navigation, connectivity are so important, such important things, but we do not have a sense of orientation. And then we created the NorthSense, which was a binary device that gave you a buzz every time you faced the magnetic north. But that little thing had a huge impact and had a huge it basically opens your mind to start thinking about things that you would not think if you did not have that sense. It's exactly like if you never smelled and suddenly you smell a flower, or you never heard and suddenly you hear, your brain starts to digest that information, and then you say, okay, that's a great smell, but can I let's create perfumes. So same thing happened with the NorthSense, and while wearing the NorthSense and having it and being connected to the magnetic field, you start thinking that, oh, wow, so I could also be connected to people, I could be connected to places, I could sense where my memories come from, we could sense where events are happening in the world now. I could sense that thing can embed itself into orientation, into virtual reality, into gaming, into being help for blind people, for traveling, or for just normal navigation. So all these ideas, and there are many more about content and movies and pictures and so on and so forth. So we decided to give that option, and by having the ability to sense people and places, or basically having the ability to sense anything that can be located by a GPS or a combination with a magnetic field. Hi B, yeah, I heard the story about North. That's fascinating. So basically, by adding those ability to sense, except the magnetic field, to sense anything that can be located, and having an API which will come with the Sentero, means that all of you or us or any other company or people can start tapping into it and develop different applications for the device. And actually, since we I'm yes, to share with you guys a bit the stuff that is happening in the background. Since we started the campaign, there is a lot of interest from different industries and people that are coming and wanting to work with us on developing different things. And and as we already have part of the community that is part of the team and working with us, I'm really looking forward to having some of you guys being part of the process, and yeah, doing stuff together, because that's the best. I hope that answered the question. B, how are you? I can say some things about the community. Many times people ask us when we go to meetings or to give talks, or I don't know, investors or partnerships. People ask us, so who are these people that are interested into what you guys do? And what was really fascinating when we started the company was to find out the variety of people that are happy to join. Starting from, we have an astronaut at board the NorthSense, musicians, artists, scientists, professors, researchers, lawyers, business people, sports people, and that shows that there is one thing that hi Gregory. So I'm just speaking about the community and the people that bought the first NorthSense, the first version of our device of Sentero, and it was basically everybody. It was people from all over the world. First of all, we shipped to, if I remember correctly, to 19 or 21 countries. And it was amazing to see that it was just everybody, as I said, artists, musicians, sailors, business people, doctors. We had an astronaut. We had, yeah. So that shows that there is one thing that unites us all, which is being curious. Exactly as B is saying, is that spark that we have. You know, when we look into the sky and we see the stars and we say, hey, I want to get there and I want to be there and I'm going to get there. And then, you know, one day about, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 years ago, when people started going to the moon, there were people who literally sat in a huge tube of metal with tons of fuel under it. And they said, light that shit up, we are going. And they went and they got there. and it's amazing, and that's exactly what we are doing as well. It's there is so much unseen there in space that we are not connected to, but there is so much unseen here that we can't sense because we are bound to our senses. There is only a certain reach that we have, and that's usually as far as we can see, or as far as we can hear, or as far as we can touch. But the world is much bigger, and we can connect in a different way, and we can sense all that and understand things that we did not understand before, and connections that we never had before. Yeah, so exciting and cool and fun and helpful, and couldn't be a better way to impact the world, and to create a positive step forward. Yeah, I hope that answers Gregory. What else do you guys wanna hear about? I can tell you about the. Do you think about integrating Southsense into NorthSense in Sentero? If you want to get orientated, I guess sometimes you will make nearly a full cycle before you feel north. So this is, hey Davizon, how are you? So about the Southsense and everything that will not come with the Sentero itself. So as I said, that's the whole thing. The Sentero is a platform, and everybody will be able to develop a lot of stuff, and we will see that soon after we will start getting used to the Sentero in its basic function of having the ability to sense people and to connect with them suddenly in a different way, and to sense places and suddenly to make all these connections. There will be a whole marketplace that will open around it with different apps and people that could add the Southsense to it, and could add it would integrate into video games, and it would integrate. Think about it, when you're playing Zelda or you're playing Minecraft, you always have to go to that screen and go back and try to understand, well, where am I in the game? Well, not anymore. You can be part of the game and really feel what is happening inside there, and you could not only sense people in the real life, but you could also sense the people in the game. And virtual reality and content and movies, and when things are moving, it's all about orientation, isn't it? But we don't have that sense. So now we will have that sense. How do you think Sentero could? Hi, Cornell. How do you think Sentero could improve the client psychotherapist alliance when a session is virtual? I'm not sure what do you mean about that. If you could write another sentence to explain, I'd be happy to answer. How many people have ordered Sentero? So for now, we have, when we did the pre-orders for the NorthSense, in few months we had 80 people, which for us was a crazy number. Eventually we got to 250 people after we released it to the market, which was everything that we manufactured, because when we started the project, everybody said this thing is not going to happen, and nobody will want that. So we said, okay, maybe we'll sell 10 or 5 to some friends. So we actually managed to pre-sell 80 NorthSenses in the beginning in few months, and now, just after a week into the Indiegogo campaign, we already have more than 300 Senteros ordered by 200 and something people. So some people bought more than one for family members and friends, which for us is amazing, because and this is just, again, this is just the front of the picture, but there is a lot happening in the background with partnerships. We are very happy to be part of different projects that I would love to share with you very soon once they actually happen and I can share that. so we are sure that in a very short period and after the release of the product itself, we will be a very big community of thousands of people. But I do encourage you to get your Sentero now, because the offers are the best now, and we can, it's something that we can offer only at this stage. And this is an important place also to explain to people. We are a relatively small company that is growing fast, and we are doing everything possible to try to keep things as low as possible. And as some of us got an email yesterday from us, and whoever didn't, please get in touch with me and I'll explain how to do that. We are even very happy to pay you guys instead of paying the big companies for advertising. So if you have friends that want to have a Sentero with you guys, we will pay you $20 for every person that you guys bring on board. And if you want to know how that is happening, so get in touch with me and I will let you know. I guess it could be correct, Jan. Hi, Danny. Okay, orientation has been the theme of the first two products. What other senses do you hope to work with in the future? Very good question. First of all, this whole thing with orientation has just started, because again, we have thousands of years of experience with our eyes, with our ears, with our nose, with our mouth, and all these thousands of years we developed and invented everything that is around us that has to do with these senses, because that's how it is. And if I'm just looking in my background, so the music was created for my ears, and the doggy food there was created for the doggy taste, and the drawings and the pictures, everything has to do with a sense or another. So there is a lot to develop around orientation, and for us it's not just a gadget that we throw out there and then we say, okay, now we're going to move to the next thing. We want this to be part of everybody's life, to 8 billion people, that everybody will have that sense, or as many as possible, exactly as most of us can see and most of us can hear. And those that unfortunately not, they have other senses. So we want people to this sense of orientation to really become part of everybody's life and to develop a lot around it. At some stage there will be other stuff as well, but that I have to unfortunately keep to myself. Yeah. If I have a Sentero, oh, I love that question. If I have a Sentero, does that make me a cyborg? So what is a cyborg? All this conversation about cyborgs and cyborgism and what is that, and do I need to cut myself and have stuff inserted in me, or what is a cyborg? So very simple. We have a vision about what is a cyborg that is mostly based from science fiction and the things that we see from outside. But actually, we are all already cyborgs with and without the Sentero. Technology is part of our life. There is a huge debate now about should we merge, or how should we merge with technology, or what is happening, and all the questions that are being asked are super relevant questions, but to be honest with ourselves, the answer to them has been, the bottom line has been already given, because us and technology are one. I strongly encourage people to read a book called Natural Born Cyborgs, and to read stuff written by another nice, the first book is by Andy Clark, and to read the stuff by another nice gentleman called Daniel Dennett. And the way that they explain this trajectory of us is that first there was humanity, then there was technology, then we merged, and because of that we survived. And as you guys know, there were different types of human-like species that were developing, and we survived because we adopted technology, and they didn't, and they are not here. And when I say technology, is not my iPhone 11 and it's not the stuff that we have now. I'm talking about the fire and the wheel and very basic stuff that without them, we wouldn't have existed today. So there is no question about us being part or merged with technology or not. It's a fact. It's just now a matter of how we are doing this extra step forward when technology suddenly is really becoming part of us. And as far as we see it today in the reality that we are today, what really matters is what is called offloading or connecting our brain to the technology. So the physical connection between the human and the technology will probably happen. Maybe yes, maybe not, and we would love to be a part of it as well in places where we feel that is safe and it's good to do, and we are not doing experiments. Or we are not pushing too much the boundaries, but what really matters is that us and the technology become one. So the Sentero will be an organ, will be something that will be a part of you. Your brain will think together with the Sentero, which obviously makes you an enhanced human or a cyborg or however you guys want to call that. So yeah, I was just talking a few days ago about a documentary that someone wants to make, and we were speaking. I was telling the guy that the moment we will hold those Senteros in the hand, and I can show you some stuff that we have here that you maybe saw on the Indiegogo page. But this is some of the prototypes that we have, the design prototype and the first prototypes that we built in home with this amazing actuator built by a company called Lowfeld. You will feel it. It's nothing like anything that you felt that has to do with haptic feedback. It's not. It's way beyond whatever you know from whatever device. I don't wanna name any company or whatever, but it's way beyond anything that you guys saw. And then this is the first evaluation board. So you see this little part here, that's actually the Sentero. So let me do it this way. So this is the board of the Sentero, and everything around here, it's basically different ports, so we can check different things. Yeah, I'm not sure what was the big topic, but I'm happy that I showed you guys. I would like to be a part of the team of CyborgNest. I like the idea of designing new senses. I'm a digital marketer. There is always chance, Daniel, to be a part of the team. And seriously, not only that we have previous NorthSense owners that are part of the Sentero journey, we have also people that became shareholders in the company, that invested in CyborgNest, that they started by buying a NorthSense. So we are community-based, and we are building ourselves together with you. So it's not us and you, it is all of us together. So my job is to try to find the right time and the right place for everybody, and whenever things fit. But yeah, please be in touch, and if not now, in the future, or yeah, it's always an option. If I am, hi Beto, I am a film producer, and if I remember correctly, you're from Brazil, correct? If I give you Senteros to an audience, which kind of experience I can often by Zoom, for example. So movies and content, it's a whole thing by itself, because again, we are our connection with content is based on editing, right? I used to do movies in the past as well, so you always try to create a situation where people can actually understand what's happening in the movie, including the orientation. But now people could, when there is or someone is chasing someone in the movie, and they are running from here, and that car is coming from you could feel that, and you could understand again, like you could you could sense things beyond your sensory reach using using the Sentero in the real life. So same will happen with the Sentero on the cinema screen. You could sense things that are the world of the movie beyond the screen itself. And same as I said with video games and with pictures and a lot of stuff. And I agree, it is exciting. How does Nest detection work? Is it a compass in Sentero and always connected to the phone with GPS turned on? Okay, very good question, Jan. So Sentero is packed with different sensors that will make all this new world happening. And the main sensor is obviously a magnetometer. The magnetometer and sensing the magnetic north, which I know that for people that didn't experience that, they might go, okay, so, but trust me, once you have that thing, and you start being part of it, and I'll tell you guys a story in a second. But basically, the magnetic field of the planet, which is the core of the product, you do not need any internet for that. That will work anywhere in the world without any connection to anything. The rest of the features, some will depend on GPS and some will depend on internet. So it's a combination, but you will never be in a situation where your Sentero will be completely useless because it won't sense anything. It will always sense the magnetic field of the planet, and then GPS and internet and all that. So very useful and very cool. And I'll tell you a story about the impact of sensing the magnetic field when we had the NorthSense, and the first time people were asking us in the beginning, so how long will it take until it will have an effect, that it will have an impact on me? And we were very fair back then, as we are always, and we said, you know what, we don't really know. We never had one, so we'll have to wait. And then I will forever and ever remember that moment in our partner and friend Scott, when we put the NorthSense for the first time. And that was it. That was the first, when you turn around and suddenly you feel that is like tick imprinted in your memory. And then you go to another place, another place, another place, and everything starts to be part of your memories. And then you come home and you say, hey, the table that I sit on is exactly orientated like the table in my office. So basically I'm sitting now in front of myself when I was in the office, and I'm in that direction with this thing. So whoa, things that you never thought about before. So yeah. I hope that answers. Hi, Essie. Hi, Liviu. It's so nice to see you. So nice to see you too, Essie. How is, if I remember correctly, you are from Turkey, maybe. How do you think Sentero will change the way we protest in, say, 15 to 20 years? Wow, that's a fascinating thought. Let's think about it today, in the world that we are in today, right? We are not connected, but because we can't go to places. But if we for example, all of us face a certain direction that is important to us, being this a demonstration, or being this Mecca, or being this something that is happening now in the world, or being it whatever that connects me, you, and other people as a group together, we can all connect to that. And if by any chance that target that we are having is a person, so then we can feel him or her or their heartbeat as well. So if we're doing a yoga lesson together and we have the common teacher, we could all literally face the teacher as we were facing him in the classroom and feel the person. So it's not a cold video that we are looking at. We are together with the person. How long is battery life? It will be at least for a day. To be honest, we are still testing and trying to see how we maximize it to best possible. It has to do another thought about batteries. First of all, we need to charge stuff. We are used to charge ourselves as well. We eat, we drink, we sleep, we do a lot of stuff to connect, yeah, to charge ourselves. So the battery will be at least for a day, and during night when you are asleep, you can charge it and have it for the whole time that you are awake. Hi, Patrick. Thank you. It's nice for you having you here. It's quite amazing. I thought that your product seed has a place in the... Oh, Patrick. How are you, Patrick? Yeah, so the guys from Patrick and Juanjo and Hannes from Disruptive, amazing guys from Sweden. Sweden being one of the countries that is leading today a lot of things in the human augmentation and enhancement and implants and a lot of cool stuff. And we are so happy to partner with them, and they are experts into what they do. So again, we feel a huge responsibility to what we give to people to have on themselves. And these guys know what they do. They are working. Juanjo is an amazing world-renowned engineer, and Patrick and Hannes are big figures in this world. So so seed is not our product, and it's not something that we do, but we feel very comfortable to work with these people because we trust them and we know how things are being developed there. I was disappointed that the Sentero was even less... oh, wait, but there was a question, Patrick. What do you see as the most impactful way to interact with the subdermal implant? So again, the whole idea with the seed is very cool. There are two main things that are happening, and I tell the story, and then different people are excited about different stuff. But one of them is light. So when you will, for example, because one of the cool things, by the way, about Sentero, the NorthSense, you had to turn all the way yourself to feel stuff. With the Sentero, you could just reach your arm as well and scan. So if I'm on the sofa and I want to feel my son's heartbeat, or my parents that are far away, thousands of kilometers from me, I do not have anymore to stand up, turn around and find them. I can just reach out with the hand. So once you reach out with the arm, you will also have a light stimulation, which is cool by itself. And then in terms of functions, it could, the idea is basically to close the loop to the phone. So I sense someone and I sense their heartbeat, and now I really miss them. You could program the seed implant that moment. If you touch with the phone on the implant, you tap with it, it will either automatically call them, pop up their Facebook profile, send them a message or whatever. So it will, or pop up a picture of you guys or a video that makes the connection more vivid. So it basically closes the loop between the brain, this technology, and that technology, and makes it all together. I was disappointed that the Sentero was even less permanently affixed to the body than the NorthSense. I understand you can pair with the chip, but the chip already existed. Does CyborgNest implants? And so Danny, I touched that point again, but I'm happy to go in short again. We are doing. First of all, the answer is yes. We are pushing, and as things will develop, they will be out there. But we do not see implants as the main dish. We see them as a way of expressing the technology and a way of manifesting our connectivity to it. but what really matters is our connection. Between the human brain and technology. That's what really makes the difference, because this is where the impact is happening. You know, we live in our body, but our body at the end of the day, it's a sack of bones and skin and flesh, and what really matters is how we take this package that has in the middle this thing with the head and the brain inside, that basically we all live inside here, and how we connect that to technology, that it will all work together. And that is the really exciting part. If and when, and there will be places that it will come, there will be different physical expressions of this connection, but the important part is this one. Hi Maron, I'm sorry if I'm saying any name wrong. I really apologize. I'm used to it myself. Nobody can say my name. My name is Liviu, by the way. Sentero is part of the world of body hacking. So, you know, there are so many terminologies that are running out there today. Body hacking, biohacking, transhumanism, posthumanism, cyborgism, human enhancement, and all that. Listen, I think as history will develop, we will tune into the right terminology, and then some of it will go and some of it will stay. We don't intend to turn people into something else. The idea is not to turn people into robots. The idea is to enhance. So personally, I feel most comfortable with the notion of human enhancement and brain connectivity with technology that turns you into a cyborg. Yeah, so I don't know, body hacking, biohacking. I can tell you that I was once invited to an amazing conference that I strongly recommend to everybody in Finland, the biohacking conference, and I got there. And it was one of these periods when I was traveling a lot to a lot of conferences around the world. So I a bit lost track to where I'm getting and what's the theme. So I got there and I look at the theme of speakers, and I see that I'm the only guy that speaks about technology. And I was like, so what are you guys doing here? I must say that it was one of the experiences that completely changed my life since then. These guys are impacting their body and their brains not only through technology or using technology also in different ways with a lot of, yeah, it's a whole thing. I strongly recommend look for the biohacking center in Finland. They have the biohacking book. It has also another word in the middle. I'm so sorry that I don't remember, but they are Finnish people, amazing Finnish people. One of them is Teemu Arina, and his buddies there. Strongly recommend. When I first read about implant integration, I thought it would be a magnet implant like sensing ones, putting the fingers in. Now, I think it will make it feel like new sense even more. So I don't remember if you personally, and I apologize, I don't yet remember all the people that ordered the Sentero, but you will see again that what matters is what's happening in your brain. It's yes, you could, first of all, we are very happy to hear different ideas and people to come and, as we say, develop different applications for the Sentero. Hey people, develop different implants for the Sentero. We are very happy to do that as well. So it's a it's all different modules that we can play together. But you will see that what makes a sense being a sense is the moment that your brain reacts to it as a sense and nothing else. Alrighty. Yeah, is there any other questions, guys? I'm so grateful and I'm so happy that everybody came. Is there an option to assign different? Oh, very good question. So not only that there will be an option to assign different vibrations to different nests. First of all, yes, because again, the actuator that we work with, and you guys can check it out, it's the L5 from Lowfelt. And again, it's beyond anything that you felt in terms of haptics. It's a completely different world. It doesn't exist in any of the most expensive devices that you buy out there. So having the option to change different vibration patterns, that's just the tip of the iceberg. But what will also happen is that with time, the haptic stimuli will adjust itself and personalize itself to you. So to explain the idea, when me and you, Jan, we look at a flower, we both see a flower, I hope, but and we kind of see the same thing, but not exactly the same thing, right? Because we all see things and experience sensory inputs in different ways. So the same thing is happening with touch. And an example that I always give, if I suddenly hold your hand here and I ask you, Jan, what does that feel like? Some people will say that's love and affection, and some people will say that you are obstructing me, you're stopping me. So the Sentero will learn how people react to different stimulations and will adapt itself to the way that you understand haptic stimulations. It's going to be a bit of a process after you have it. But yeah, so haptics it's a whole world that we are going very deep into it, and we work with neuroscientists from the highest level in the world, and people that come from neuroinformatics, and yeah, really amazing team around us, and amazing people. Anything else, guys? If not, so again, seriously, I couldn't be happier to answer these questions, and I am always available. Please drop me an email. I'm at liviu@cyborgnest.net. I will always reply, and I will try to reply as fast as possible. And one really important thing to say is, do not feel that any question that you have is maybe a stupid question, or that I've been asked that a million times. It doesn't matter. There is no such thing, because we are tapping into something that we didn't experience before, right? So we are into this journey together. So it's so cool to ask anything, because there is no problem, and that's why we are here, and that's our passion, and we are happy to share it with you and to have you a part. Could Apple copy this idea, for example? So, hi Maroon. So there are some things that are patented, but we don't believe in that fear and in that place. We think that it eventually, for example, a company like Apple, the reason that they are successful is because their brand that they created, and the image that they have as someone that creates good products that are intuitive and are very well designed. And it's not about the specific patents. None of us is buying a device from a company because it has this or that patent or technology. We buy it because it can benefit us and we believe in the brand. So our main aim is to continue building the brand and the community and the people around us. And then if other people want to do different stuff, they are more than welcome. And yeah, it's a free world, and um, it's all about people. It's not about copying, and people cannot be yet, I hope, be copied. It would be interesting to see what our brain mapping before after extend. Yes, totally, Ben. So part of the stuff that is we are partnering with an amazing bunch of people from a company called Sensei, that together with them we will do a lot of these researches and scans. Don't know any neuroscientists. Well, we know some neuroscientists. We have them on the team. Some really cool people. So yeah, so you will get to meet Danielle and Sander, who are our neuroscientists, and we will launch some experiments and some testing and some brain scans, and whoever will want to be a part will be really cool to have you a part. Oh, thank you, B. But you're not a lab rat. You're a great person, and it's yeah. My son is also very excited about the EEG masks, helmets, and all that. He can't wait as well. Yeah. So we will all have fun with some cool technology very soon. Listen, guys, thank you so much. I'm always here, and if not here, because we will end this now, I'm on my email. I am putting my email in the comments. There is no barrier to get to me directly. I'm always available. You are welcome to friend me on Facebook, on whatever, and yeah. I'm always here and always happy to answer, and I want to thank you all a lot for taking the time. I know that for some of you it's very late in night. Here in London it's almost 11 p.m. and for some of you it's very early in the morning in Australia. Oh, hi Sean, and you guys are in Spain. And I saw on Facebook that you guys did some really cool stuff in the water. I was very jealous. Yeah, and so there is. I said a lot about the API. There is going to be an API that will give the ability to connect to so many industries and so many things, being it movies, applications for blind people, being it content, gaming is a big thing, virtual reality. We are already gonna start working hopefully on a project with someone, tourism, and just name it. Yeah, I have a whole list of stuff that we are going to work on. But what's really important is that you guys to be part of it. So bring your skills on, bring your stuff on, and let's do stuff together. And it already happened with the first NorthSense, and we can't wait to see what will happen now with the Sentero. We're gonna surprise a lot of people. 8 a.m. Oh my God. Is it AM or PM, David? Guys, lots of love. Thank you for the time. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'll go have a glass of water and yeah. Thank you. See you soon. Bye bye.